I am the voice of Snowbird Nation, Mike Searcy.
All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome again from the virtual bird's nest. My name is Steve Richardson. I'm the musician with Snowbird Nation, brokered by EXP. And I'm here today with our guest speaker, Mike Searcy, the professor who happens to be the CEO of Snowbird Nation. Welcome, Mike.
Well, thank you.
Yes, and so we're going to go over, this is part of our series, our learning and training series for customers and also agents. And today's topic is foreclosures. Foreclosures, man. Now that's a scary topic.
Scary topic. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's talk about some foreclosures.
Okay.
All right. So, just to get this started, Mike, we know it's a seller's market. We know there's, it's not quite the same as a buyer's market. Or a neutral market. This is a strong seller's market. We are, exiting out of COVID crisis and everything, and unprecedented numbers are forecasted for foreclosures. So, why are there, or what is generating foreclosures right now?
Well, throughout most of history, for example, when we've had mortgages and people have put their house on the line with it when it comes to a loan, people have personal tragedies. And unfortunately, we are geared up and expected potentially to have more foreclosures where people are unable to meet the obligation of their mortgage. And thus, in some states, we're calling them foreclosures. And depending upon what state you're in, they refer to it as a trustee sale.
Yes.
And as such, the house is basically being gone after because it was put up as collateral for the mortgage, for the loan. And when people are suffering personal financial hardships as a family, then what typically happens is they're unable to meet those obligations. When they are unable to meet those obligations after a certain amount of time, they enact through the courts and through legal channels the taking back of that property to protect the lender and thus the lender's money, and they go after the home. Now, we're in a unique position in that we're just coming out of a global-wide pandemic. And with all the global, the pandemic and the illness and all the things that have happened in terms of health and public health and job creation and job loss, lots of people lost their jobs. And those people that have been struggling, unfortunately, the financial hardship has wound up equating to the inability in many cases to meet the obligations that go along with that mortgage.
Absolutely. And so many people are in this situation right now. Not just here in Phoenix, just all over the country. So with that being said, being a seller's market, especially here in Phoenix, but again, in just different cities across the nation, what is the opportunity? What is the opportunity?
The opportunity is actually great in a seller's market, because when we talk about a supply and demand economics, when it comes to real estate in much of the country, there are just not enough homes for everybody who wants one. If we are stuck in a situation where we are having to sell because of a foreclosure or a trustee sale notification or something of that nature, we are in a unique position where we do not have to despair. We do not have to, we do not have to actually look at this as the biggest problem that we've had. In a seller's market, especially in very rapidly increasing values, people who maybe can't meet those obligations, if they will check with a real estate professional, one who really knows their due diligence and is competent, they will find often that the market has actually increased the value of their property enough that they could sell it, get out from under the pressure of the possible upcoming sale of the house out from under them, or the taking back of that house, and find out in this market they actually have some money to move on. So the disparity of what do I do? Do I abandon the house and run? Which is often the case. Need not be the case right now, because there's something that can be done. In a seller's market, the opportunity is, let's get it on the market. Let's get a real estate professional who knows what they're doing to help you navigate with the lender for stopping proceedings. And a good real estate, well-trained real estate professional can help you stop those proceedings of foreclosure and get you the time you need to put that house on the market and come out ahead
Yeah.
and start fresh and
Yeah.
start anew, rather than, walk away and have your entire financial life so ruined.
Absolutely. And it's you know, I can definitely understand if somebody's in that situation where they're about to lose their house. There's so many different emotions that are baking there. You don't want everybody to know, but shoot, I mean, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, what would stop somebody from thinking about selling? What is a typical, like, let's move from a seller's market just to a normal market. What would have stopped somebody from doing it, and what could they do to what is a good action to take to actually get yourself on a path towards selling?
Well, even in a normal market, it's possible to sell, but
Right.
we don't know what we don't know. And what we do know, if we're in the position of that homeowner who is getting notices, way too regularly, that they're being foreclosed upon, that their house is going up for trustee deed sale, that basically the bank is looking at it and saying, we're taking the house back because you are incapable or unable or unwilling, whatever the case might be, to fulfill the obligations that you signed when you purchased the house. And that happens to a lot of people when their financial story, when their financial position changes. They lost the job, they lost the inheritance, somebody died, we had a medical issue that was, completely out of left field, and now the hospital bills are enormous. Despair often sets in. There's hope, but nobody tells them that. And so what often happens in a normal market, we might owe more than it's worth if the value in the market has dropped. But even, and that's often, if people think, well, if I can't sell it for what it's worth, or if I can't sell it for what I owe, then I might as well walk away from it and run. Well, unfortunately, because of, financial records and credit reports and things like that situation will follow you.
Yeah.
And running is never the answer in this situation. And so what happens, because we don't know that this is a problem, a good real estate professional in a normal market can also help you contact the lender, get them to stop proceedings, and also work with you on selling the property in what we call a short sale. And a short sale is that idea where we're going to sell the property for less than what is owed on it, but the lender participates in that particular sale. So they sign off on it saying, all right, fine, some money is better than no money, and that some money at least reduces our liability and risk. So they'll sign off on it and take less money.
Nice. Very nice. So, if you are in this position, if you are, a homeowner in this position, the actions that should be taken should be what?
You should reach out to a competent, well-trained real estate professional, somebody who will sit down and consult with you and knows about this market. There's the big thing, because real estate agents, and I've said this before, and I will likely say this many, many times more, real estate agents are variably trained. Some are good, some have training that is lacking. And as such, the real estate agent that you talk to needs to be versed and competent in this area. And if you have an agent who just says, yeah, I'll figure it out, you don't have the time for somebody to help figure it out. So you need to talk to an agent who knows what they're doing And you need to basically get with that person immediately, because there is a clock. If you gotten a notice for a foreclosure, or that the lender is somehow taking actions with a trust deed sale, et cetera, on your property, there is a expiration clock on that. And that window is small. So if you have that notice and cannot redeem the property, you need to contact a real estate consultant as soon as possible, who can then contact your lender and get their proceedings stopped, so you have the time to market the property and actually come out ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to follow up to that, Mike, for what advice do you have for agents that maybe haven't dealt with a lot of foreclosures in the past? What advice do you have for them to get out there and help? Utilize your license to actually help somebody get out of such a mess.
Right. And that's so important. If you are an agent who is running into a client who has this issue, it is so imperative that you pair up with an agent who has this experience. You pair up. And if you are questioning who and what kind of agents have that experience, and you need that guidance, contact us here at Snowbird Nation, and we'll help you with that. That's what we do. We, as the vice president of Snowbird Nation, has constantly been quoted as, we are notoriously helpful.
Yes. Yes. All right. Sounds like a plan. I think I'm going to contact Snowbird Nation, get this thing going, get some help out there.
Great.
So I appreciate everybody. Again, this is part of a series of training that Snowbird Nation, and we're bringing out to you. If you have any questions, our number is right there on the bottom of the screen. And feel free to contact us and reach out. And
agents, I'm just going to put this out there. If this video is resonating with you, contact the person who shared this video with you and seek some information about Snowbird Nation. Brokered with EXP, we are here to help, and we're here and that means anywhere in the country, and in fact, many international locations as well. So if this video was shared with you, they shared it with you because they thought it would be useful to you, and they wanted to actually continue and pursue a conversation with you about Snowbird Nation and EXP. Having said that, if you've stumbled across this video without having it been shared with you, please contact us directly. We'd love to have a conversation with you.
Absolutely. Snowbird Nation, where your real estate dreams take flight. We will see you guys next time. Thank you.